Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Karl MIVILLE de CHENE, along with founder and CEO, Impact Africa Industries, Barclay Paul OKARI.
Merci. Lorsque je suis retourné à l'arrière, j'ai trouvé que nous n'avions pas terminé notre intervention.
In fact, you hadn't finished your intervention. Maybe you needed to be a bit more specific, and I asked Paul to come back with you
et de venir vous
and
expliquer
to come and explain to
pendant quelques
you
minutes
for a few minutes
son entreprise sociale,
his social
d'où vient l'idée,
enterprise, where the
de la
idea
façon
came
dont ça
from,
fonctionne,
the way it
comment
works,
il a créé le réseau
how
de
he created
distribution
the distribution network,
et comment il a
and
créé cette
how
entreprise
he created
et
this
le résultat que
company,
ça donne aujourd'hui.
and
Nous
what
avons
results he has today from
une
this
image
company.
qui doit aller à l'écran
You
dans
have
un
a
instant.
picture that should be coming up on
Je
the
vais lui
screen.
laisser vous
I'm going to
expliquer
hand
tout
over
cela,
to him. He's
et
going to
nous
explain
reviendrons à
this
la
to you,
fin avec
and we'll
deux
come back at the
questions.
end with one or two
Merci.
questions.
Thank you again for having us here.
On est supposé avoir une image ici, à l'écran, s'il vous plaît. Non, c'est pas celle-là. Oui, merci.
Here we are. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to talk a little bit more about the work that we're doing at Impact Africa Industries. So we make reusable sanitary napkins, and I came upon this idea when volunteering as a teacher at a girls' school in 2010, and at the time I thought maybe not lack of teachers was the biggest issue facing a lot of girls, only to go to schools and find that girls miss school because they can't afford sanitary pads, so they can't actually go to school. From that, we got into the market, and my target has been school-going girls and women who live in the informal settlements. And one way that I thought I'd beat the people who are there in the market or the big multinationals who play in this space is how to create a model that creates that inclusion for these people who can't afford the sanitary pads. And with that, we came up with a model where, so a pack of the Safi sanitary pads goes for about $5, and that can last a girl for a period of up to 1 year. And we give them with 2 complimentary underpants. And how we do it is we sign up schools, and once a girl takes a pack of pads, she pays 10% deposit, and the remaining amount is paid in a space of between 3 to 6 months. So that gives them the flexibility for them to pay at their own pace, and in that way they can afford. Beyond that, we have a mobile application where we use it to disseminate reproductive health education. So far, we already have about 12,000 girls signed up on our platform, which is for us a big step in also killing the stereotypes around menstrual health. So far, we are in 1,300 schools across East Africa, and have distributed more than 1 million of the Safi sanitary pads. The next few years, actually 3 years, we look to get into West Africa, Central Africa markets, and we're looking for partners. We're looking for people that share the same belief and ideals that we do around how we can get people who are interested in the education and health space in an integrated manner to come and work with us in pushing what you're doing forward. Thank you.
Vous réalisez ici, you have a translator's device? Vous réalisez ici que ce programme, ce projet est un programme d'entrepreneuriat social. Le but premier, c'est de garder les filles à l'école, de sensibiliser des organisations pour pouvoir financer une telle action n'est pas un élément facile. d'intéresser les écoles pour faire quelque chose de neuf et d'innovant. Ce n'est pas facile non plus. C'est la qualité, ce sont parmi les qualités d'un entrepreneur de pouvoir imaginer quelque chose qui ne s'est jamais fait avant, avec un caractère social innovant, pour permettre que nos filles, que vos filles aient une éducation soutenue, qu'elles puissent intégrer le marché du travail, qu'elles puissent générer des revenus pour la famille, pour l'État, pour la nation. Tout ça passe par un tout petit objet qui est l'accès à la serviette sanitaire. Pour moi, c'est un éclair de génie. Et rassurez-vous, c'est un homme d'affaires. Il le fait aussi pour un bénéfice. Il veut accroître son marché, il veut augmenter sa distribution, il a des préoccupations marketing, de financement, de croissance d'entreprise, de gestion d'employés, de plaintes. Tous ces éléments-là qu'on apprend à l'école se retrouvent dans un projet comme celui-ci. C'est un exemple. Vous avez certainement, pour Paul, une, deux, trois questions pour comprendre les difficultés qu'il a eues à créer ce genre de choses. Je vous laisse le choix de poser ces questions. Je vais lui poser la question. Ah, oui, non? Question? Alors moi, je vais lui poser la question. Oui, vous savez, voilà. Ici, s'il vous plaît. Il y a le jeune homme en blanc. Voilà, qui a la main levée, vous voyez, s'il vous plaît. Je ne veux pas poser toutes les questions. Voilà, numéro 1, merci.
Je suis Borik Ndomedzege, étudiant en information et communication à l'UISO, à l'université en troisième année. J'aimerais juste demander ce modèle de leader, de jeune leader, comment est-ce qu'on peut réussir, sinon parvenir à concrétiser un projet si on a bien des idées, on manque de moyens pour pouvoir arriver à réaliser des idées. Est-ce qu'on peut bien exprimer les idées, mais il faut fournir les efforts nécessaires, réunir le matériel
concretely get the resources together and the capital together. If you don't have the resources, you can't actually bring it to fruition. So how do you do that?
Merci.
Thank
Paul,
you.
can you answer this?
Can you answer, Paul?
Thank you for the question. I totally agree with what you're saying. From the time I conceived the idea, that was in 2010. We started properly producing the Safi pads in 2013. So that gives you the span of space. I had to struggle looking for funding, looking for trademarks, and all that. The most important thing is putting yourself in the right networks. So you really have to start networking. I had to apply for awards as a way of raising funds. And the most important thing as you start is, do you have a pilot? Do you have something that you can tell Karl that, hey, I have something that can work, I just need funding to scale it. Start it in your own small way, in whichever way you can. If I show you the images of what my initial factory looked like, my initial product looked like, they were horrible. But it's because that's what I could do with what I had at the time. So start where you are. It's never easy. It will take you time, but you'll get it. Thank you.
Paul, thank you. J'ai une deuxième partie. Je vois le 4 dans un instant, mais je vois une deuxième partie à votre réponse. Je suis un ardent défenseur des solutions complètes et gratuites. Vous aimez gratuit, n'est-ce pas? C'est bien gratuit. Non, moi aussi, j'aime gratuit. L'hiver dernier, j'ai suivi une formation en ligne des HEC Paris sur l'entrepreneurship social. J'ai trouvé ça captivant. C'est accessible. C'est gratuit. Alors, cherchez sur Internet
for universities. This was HEC Business School in Paris, and it was on social entrepreneurship. You can look it up on the internet, you'll find it right away. It's a great program, and that's going to get you to start your business plan, you build it, and you go and see how you go after the money. So you can put it into place, and how you sell your project. And it costs how much? Zero. It costs nothing. You can even look at it from a cyber cafe. Number 4, last question.
Yeah.
Less than a minute left.
Once again, Shewadiabu, Youngsters Foundation, Nigeria. Mr. Paul, I have a question for you. Can you share your personal experience with us relating to at what point did you discover yourself? I know every great impact in life starts with self-discovery. At what point did you discover yourself that you have something to offer Africa and the world? Can you share it with us? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. I happened to grow up in a place where in Kenya, over-election clashes happen, and in 1997, when I was at the age of 6, I happened to be found in a situation where the town you were living, you were considered outsiders, and the other guys from the other community came to where we were, and they literally killed somebody, on my face. And for me, I always tell people my childhood ended at that time, because you stop thinking about food, playing, and sleeping, and all of a sudden, somebody can be an enemy. And for me, from that time, I knew that whatever I was going to do in life was going to be something that will change lives, will change the description of what we perceive humanity to be. The cruelty that sometimes we expose when we go to our worst, and the best that we can be when human beings choose to. So for me, at that point is when I knew that I had to do something that will change not me, but the community around me. And that's why I focused around social issues and ended up in social entrepreneurship.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you all for listening to us. Have a nice rest of forum.